gonna be part 9 to my series, putting together the pieces of my life so I can heal, and in the process, hopefully help y'all heal as well. So let's get into it. Recently, I had to let go of somebody I love very much during this time of Mercury retrograde, Mercury Gatorade, Mercury got micro braids, whatever you want to call it. I had to let somebody go. So I know if I had to let somebody I love very much go during this time, I know a lot of y'all also had to do the same. So I'm here to give you a bit of solace, a little bit of a hug, a little bit of a virtual hug, because Lord knows I need one too. So this piece that I'm about to read, I wrote literally yesterday. This piece that I wrote yesterday is called Real Truths Rewritten, Holding Space versus Holding On Too Tightly. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my laptop, so bear with me. There's a version of me that rolls her eyes at the red flags. That version of me reads all the signs, hears all the disclaimers, but still thinks, maybe I'm the exception. She's optimistic, but in denial and very delusional. She believes love can transform anyone, or at least enough effort might. That version of me knows better, but it turns out knowing better is not the same thing as doing better. You can do all the research, listen to all the podcasts, read all the books, and listen to everybody else's cautionary tales. But until you yourself are in that situation where you are being called to actually integrate what you think you've learned, to choose differently in real time, you haven't really learned much at all. Let me tell you more, stay with me. You can't heal someone into loving you right. We don't ignore the truth, we completely rewrite it. We believe that if we just show somebody a softer way to be loved, they'd choose it. We ignore misaligned values, unmet emotional needs, and sometimes honesty spoken straight to our faces. They tell you who they are, you just don't want to believe them. Instead you think, maybe they haven't been loved right, and maybe that's true. Maybe they haven't. But you have to realize that you don't deserve to carry the weight of someone else's healing just because you feel like you offer something safe. Maybe they'll change if they see how safe it is here, you tell yourself. But providing safety isn't a strategy, and offering your love as a form of rehab is how you set yourself up. Not for a love built for longevity, but for a one-sided sacrifice you'll eventually begin to resent. We know the red flags. We name them in group chats, we see them online and we roll our eyes. We say, couldn't be me, or I would never, until it is you. Because there's a difference between recognizing something in theory and choosing differently when it's staring at you face to face. When it looks good and says all the right things in the right ways and seems to mean well, that's when the real lesson comes in, okay? That's when you find out if you've actually integrated what you think you learned, or if you're still the woman who walks into the fire hoping that this time it won't burn as badly. I thought I had graduated from certain dynamics. I thought I was too self-aware to ignore my own discomfort. But there I was, hearing what I wanted to hear, holding on to potential, and wondering why something that looked and felt so good on the surface left a pit in my stomach. What no one talks about enough is the dissonance, the mental gymnastics you start doing to keep the story going. Your body is whispering, something is off, but your mind is latching on to the times that felt like magic. Just sit with that for a second. And when you've always needed to be the emotionally responsible one, the one who always gives grace, sees meaning in depth, and tries to hold space for everyone else's truths, you don't even notice when you start betraying yourself in the process. Until you do. And that's where we are now. So that's where I'm gonna stop. The next part of this piece is called Volunteering for Heartbreak, caught between hope and honesty. It's about what that moment feels like when it hits that you and this person are ultimately not on the same page, even though you love each other very much. You are starting to come to terms with the fact that love sometimes isn't enough, and that core values need to be aligned if you ever want to go anywhere or grow together. I talk more about getting honest with yourself. That moment that it hits, you're like, should I stay hopeful in this situation, or should I be honest with myself and honor myself? Because you know, in the end, you want something else and you deserve what you want. You deserve what you want, and don't let anybody else tell you differently. I forgot to mention in the beginning of this video that I only read little excerpts of my pieces, so if you want to go check out the rest, you can go check it out on Medium as well as Substack, and this will translate over to YouTube if you want to go watch it somewhere else. Sorry it just got really dark in here. The sun said bye. If you feel called to check out some self-help questions, I list between 3 to 5 at the end of my pieces. Hopefully they speak to you and, you know, help you get you started on your healing journey, or help you continue where you are. So yeah. If you got any questions or comments or concerns and just want to talk to me about shit, you know where I am. Sending y'all all the hugs in the world right now, because I know what y'all are going through is not easy. I would know because I'm literally going through the same thing. So if y'all want to send me some hugs and kisses back, I'm open. All right, I think that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.